Hello everyone, I'm Brior and welcome back to Goodgame Empire. In March of 2018, I made a video entitled What I'm Working On, and in that video I rambled for a number of minutes about my various goals for the year of 2018. I recently rewatched that video and thought it might be time for an update. I would like to inform you as to what goals I have succeeded in, what goals I'm still working on, and what goals I have newly set for myself for 2019. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. One of my most important goals in the year 2018 was to drastically improve my commander equipment. Until then, it had always been the case that I never had the most recent commander set and couldn't participate in the highest level PvP. In last year's video, I set a specific goal for myself, and that was to collect and complete the Bloodcrow Treasures equipment set. Unfortunately, soon after I made that video, the developers decided to remove that specific set from the game. They later re-added it to the equipment vendor, and you can now get it for rubies. However, I'm not prepared to spend rubies to complete that set, so unfortunately it doesn't look like I'll ever get it. However, in 2018, I did collect 3 other PvP equipment sets, at least 2 of which are arguably better. I first completed the Apprentice Summoner. There's not a whole lot to say about this one. It's a fairly decent PvP set that is also very useful against foreign invaders and the like. However, if you already own a copy of this set, or if you have something better, I would recommend that you spend your charms on base food production build items instead. I next completed the Artifacts of the Ivory Queen Commander set, and this I got from the series of Royal Questlines that was run this fall. That means that I can get another copy of this set from the original Adventure questline, which I've been completely ignoring. I'm not really in a rush to do that, but it's good to know that I will be able to have 2 completed sets at the end of the day. I was really tempted to discard 8 of the 9 pieces that make up the Queen set, and instead just use the Ivory Pawn. You can see it right here. This is a very powerful gem. In fact, it is the most powerful commander gem in the entire game, and if I were to put this gem on something like the Master Summoner, I could make the Master Summoner a whole lot more powerful. However, to do that, I would have to purchase a Commander Look, and when a Commander Look expires, the gem that is attached to it is deleted. My original plan was to take the Ivory Pawn, which I would not want to lose, and put it on one of the regular pieces of the Master Summoner, in which case I could only fit 3 other gems, so I would get one of the Master Summoner gems and put that on the Commander Look. And yes, it would expire and be deleted, but I could simply purchase another of those gems at the Insignia shop. However, I thought that that would be a rather expensive plan, so instead I decided to use the Queen set as intended, and you can see it here, all 9 pieces. Speaking of the Master Summoner, as you can probably tell, I completed that one as well in 2018, and for now it remains the most powerful commander set in the game, aside from a few rare combinations of super equipment. Anyways, I'm very excited to be participating in high-level PvP, and so yeah, I would consider this goal fulfilled. It was also a goal of mine to improve my Castellan equipment in 2018, and I've collected 3 brand new Castellan equipment sets. The first was the equipment set that you can get from the Baremond Invasion. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but you can see what it is right here. Anyways, this is an improved version of the Kala's Mystery set, and I used it for a few months before collecting the Woodland Nymph, which is better but only really in outposts. Finally, in 2019, just a few days ago, I finished upgrading a Trinkets of the Everwinter Soldier Castellan equipment set, and this is the new Power System version, the one that was added to the game in December 2018. This is even more powerful, but it doesn't quite have as many troops on the wall, so there may perhaps still be a reason to use some of the aforementioned sets. At any rate, I'm waiting, fearful and anxious, for the reintroduction of the Shapeshifter Castellan set that should blow all 3 of these out of the water. According to information recently posted on the forums, that Castellan set will arrive in 3 different versions, and the Ruby version, which is of course the most powerful, will give players 100% extra courtyard combat strength, which is crazy for a Castellan. At the beginning of 2018, I had just unlocked my 6th wave by upgrading my Hall of Legends to level 360. I'm happy to report that during 2018, I finished upgrading my Hall of Legends. After I got my 6th wave, I was able to loot a lot more resources, and so it has been completed at level 550 for quite a while. Once again, that enables me to participate in very high-level PvP, and I'm very happy that that's over with. Since then, I've been diverting a lot of those same resources into upgrading my granaries, but at this point I have to wait for the architect to appear to make any progress with those. Food production was another goal of mine in 2018, and while I did make improvements, I feel like my food production is far below and far beneath what it would be for other legendary level 800 players, so I'm working on it. Right now, the bottleneck that's giving me trouble is that I'm low on flint. This is a material used for crafting build items. It used to be that you could get flint from both the Samurai Invasion and the Nomad Invasion, but when Goodgame Studios added the Son of the North Castellan to the Nomad Invasion shop, they removed the flint, so now you can get half as much as you got before. So that's kind of annoying, but I'm making do. Now that I've reached legendary level 800 and am participating in the most powerful PvP in the game, you might be wondering what's left for me to do in Goodgame Empire, and the answer is actually quite a bit. As I was just talking about, food production will be an ongoing priority for the year 2019, and probably into the future after that. However, I'm also working to collect more rubies. I've made a vow not to make any more purchases from the payment shop, not that I was doing that often beforehand. But anyways, I will now be getting all of my rubies from my NPC targets. That means regular NPC targets like robber barons, barbarians, etc., but Goodgame Studios greatly reduced the amount of rubies that you can get from those targets, so instead I've been going after dragons and fortresses. Now, a lot of other players have picked up on that as well, and it's very competitive to make it to any of those targets first. All of that is why I have set up alarms on my phone that will cause it to buzz and alert me whenever a dragon is about ready to be attacked. And of course, I'm sending the fastest possible tools, commanders, and troops. So I am collecting a lot of rubies that way still, but if you have competitive players in your area, it can be difficult. Now, there is one more important goal for the year 2019. As I mentioned back in my New Year's Update video, I'm planning to diversify my content on the YouTube channel, and maybe I won't be making as many Goodgame Empire videos in the year 2020. Now, I haven't decided on things for sure yet, and I wouldn't want to make any commitments or promises either way, but let's just say I would appreciate it if the game became massively more interesting, so I could continue making videos about it. So what could all of this mean for my Goodgame Empire account in the year 2019? Well, there have been a number of videos that I've been wanting to make, but haven't because they're rather difficult, they might be big projects, etc. A number of these videos are PvP based. For example, I would like to make a video defending against a Master Summoner, but I would need it to be a real attack. And I'd like to also make some attack videos, commander equipment videos, etc., etc. So essentially, in 2019, I want to make the most interesting, most diverse Goodgame Empire videos possible, and I'm working so that my account has those commanders, for example, or is able to defend against a 6-wave Master Summoner that's perfectly tooled, etc. The point is that for 2019, the kinds of content that I want to make here on the YouTube channel will determine exactly what I do with my account. For example, I would previously never have been willing to relocate my main castle, which, let's face it, is in a perfect position, but I would like to make a video about capturing some property in a war, so I might end up doing that. We'll see. That would be a drastic move. At any rate, that brings us to the end of today's video, which was an update on my goals from last year and on my goals for this year as well. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please remember to subscribe to the channel and or leave a like on this video. I do very much appreciate that. And as always, I've been Brior, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.